Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are doing Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 14, verse 18. 14:18. Ūrdhvam gacchanti sattva-sthā, madhye tiṣṭhanti rājasāḥ, jaghanya-guṇa-vṛtti-sthā, adho gacchanti tāmasāḥ. Ūrdhvam, upwards. Gacchanti, go. Sattva-sthā, those situated in the mode of goodness. Madhye, in the middle. Tiṣṭhanti, dwell. Rājasāḥ, those situated in the mode of passion. Jaghanya, of abominable. Guna, quality. Vṛtti-sthāḥ, whose occupation. Adhaḥ, down. Gacchanti, go. Tāmasāḥ, persons in the mode of ignorance. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. Purport. In this verse, the result of actions in the three modes of nature are explicitly set forth. There is an upper planetary system consisting of heavenly planets, where everyone is highly elevated according to the degree of development of the mode of goodness. The living entity can be transferred to various planets in this system. The highest planet is Satyaloka or Brahmaloka, where the prime person of the universe, Lord Brahmā, resides. We have seen already that we can hardly calculate the wondrous condition of life in Brahmaloka. But the highest condition of life, the mode of goodness, can bring us to this. The mode of passion is mixed. It is in the middle between the modes of goodness and ignorance. A person is not always pure, but even if he should be purely in mode of passion, he will simply remain on the earth as a king or a rich man. But because there are mixtures, one can go down. People on this earth in the mode of passion or ignorance cannot forcibly approach the higher planets by machine. In the mode of passion, there is also a chance of becoming mad in the next life. The lowest quality of mode of ignorance is described here as abominable. The result of developing ignorance is very, very risky. It is the lowest quality in the material nature. Beneath the human level, there are 8 million species of life, birds, beasts, reptiles, trees, etc. And according to the development of the mode of ignorance, people are very significant here. Tāmasāḥ indicates those who stay continuously in the mode of ignorance without rising to the higher mode. Their future is very dark. There is an opportunity for men in the mode of ignorance and passion to be elevated to the mode of goodness, and that system is called Krishna consciousness. But one who does not take advantage of this opportunity will certainly continue in the lower modes. Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dīnabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Shubham Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Sakalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhobhya Evacha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nanda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. This is a very important slok, one of the selected shlokas. Not the topmost, but it is a very frequently used shloka to understand where we're going to go. In this life, we prepare for death, just like a student is always preparing for an exam or a final exam. The final exam in this life is death. At the time of death, where is one situated depends. That is where you will go, where we will go depends upon where we are situated at the time of death. So, very simply, Krishna is pointing out that if one is situated in sattva, obviously will go up. How much sattva? It depends upon the individual. So, the highest sattva will take you up to Brahmaloka, Satyaloka. It is mentioned in the Bhagavatam how the Gopkumar made it to the heavenly planets. The Gopkumar is not so educated on what to see, what to expect, what is above, what is higher, what is where, not so well educated. But Gopkumar has his own nature. He's just following his nature. So, when he is in the heavenly planets, he is looking at everything, enjoying everything, in a way, enjoying everything. Although he doesn't feel like he fits here. But still, it's a new place. He's looking at everything. And one day, there is a special celebration. And when there is a special celebration, then people from other lokas are also invited to the heavenly planets, where Lord Indra is the king. And he notices these effulgent people. It is said in this in the Bhagavatamrita that these people were effulgent. That means they were more effulgent than the Devi Devtas, because Devi Devtas are supposed to be effulgent already. It's not that Devi Devtas are not like us. They are already effulgent. And the people from Maharloka must be even more effulgent. That's why he felt that they were effulgent. And they were dressed simply, but they looked special, and they were very calm, collected, and somehow or the other, Gopkumar got attracted to them. He saw them to be something different. So he inquired, who are these people? Where are they from? I said, oh, these are our special guests. They come from the Maharlok. Maharlok is even higher than the so-called heavenly planet or Swarga. So, as you have heard, that there are 14 planetary systems. In this universe, there are 14 planetary systems. In Hindi or Sanskrit, they call them Chauda Bhuvan. 14 planetary systems. So, in the 14 planetary systems, there is this Earth. And above the Earth, there are 6 more. These are called the heavenly planetary system. So, there is Bhu, Bhuva, Swa, Swarga. After Swarga, there is the Maharlok, Janlok, Taplok, Satyalok, that including the earth, that makes 7. And then there are 7 patals. Patal, Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Mahatal, Rasatal, all of these together make 7 kinds of 7 realizations or 7 bhuvan of Pataloka. So, we are almost at the middle, and depending upon, according to the shloka, depending upon how we perform, we could be sent to the higher planets or we could be sent to the lower planets. Where do we want to go? Question is, where do we want to go? we don't want to be here. Out of the whole universe, we don't want to be in any of them. We don't want to go to the heaven. We don't want to go to the Maharloka, Janloka, Taploka, Satyaloka. Obviously, we don't want to go down. So, where do you want to go? We want to go to Vaikuntha, or the highest place in the Vaikuntha is the Goloka. Not that a devotee desires to go to Golok. Devotee should not be desiring to go to Goloka or Vaikuntha or any such thing. What is the devotee's desire? A devotee's desire is that the devotee wants Krishna to engage him in his eternal service. Nitya Leela Pravishta. We want to also enter Nitya Leela like our Guru Maharaj, like Srila Prabhupada, we say Nitya Leela Pravishta. Srila Prabhupada entered the eternal pastimes of Radha and Krishna, and we want the same. Not that we demand it, but that's what we want. Now, entering the eternal pastime of Radha and Krishna, then if Krishna wants us to stay on this earthly planet and serve here, you can serve me from the earthly planet. Devotees say, okay, sure. And if Krishna says, no, go down to the hellish planet and serve me from there. What does the devotee say? Okay, no problem. You want me to go to hellish planet? You want me to go to hell and serve you? I am ready. I will serve you from hell. Because what I want is your service. Wherever it is, it doesn't matter. Now, you want me to serve you in the Vaikuntha planets? Sure, I'm ready for that. No, you want me to serve in the Golok Vrindavan? You want me to be with you in Golok Vrindavan? Okay. It's your desire, Krishna, not mine. What is my desire? To humbly serve. Where you want me to serve, you decide. Like there's a story about a person who bought a slave. This is from the time when the slaves were bought and sold. You could buy a human slave and take him home, and you bought him for life, and you do whatever you want to do with the slave. So this person bought a slave and brought him home. Looking at it from a distance looks different, but if you go close, you see that somehow or the other the master has to serve the slave also. It is not only the slave serving the master. So the master is asking, my dear slave, I brought you home, I bought you, now you are here, tell me what's your name. And what does the slave say? I have no name. Whatever you name me will be my name. Whatever name you want to call me by is fine. I have no demand. You call me by whatever name you want, I will answer. Because you are the master, I am the slave. So, the master is surprised. Usually, slaves have names, and usually people are attached to their names. Whatever their name is, they are attached to their name. This is my name. You can call me by this. I answer to this name. But the slave says, no. You name me. Whatever you name me will be fine. Okay. So the master understands. And then the master has to give him some service. So the master is thinking that I have this new slave and I have so many services. I am a rich man. I have so many departments within the home or whatever the dynasty that I have. So before giving him service, maybe I should ask him what kind of service he likes. Maybe he likes to work in the kitchen. Maybe he likes to work in the cleanup department. Maybe he wants to be one of the guards to stay outside and hold the weapon and stay outside and guard the place. So whatever is the propensity of the slave, whatever the slave wants to, has an interest in, I will give the slave that service. So he asked the slave, what kind of service do you like to do? So, whatever you give me. Okay. Not helping the master, but master is getting the idea. And then he asks, what kind of clothes do you like to wear? What kind of clothes can I provide you? So the master is there to serve also. Master has to provide the clothes, place to live, service to do, and look after the welfare of the वो वाले कैमरे को ब्लॉक नहीं करना, इसको इधर करना, उस कैमरे को कहीं ब्लॉक नहीं कर ले. So many things the master has to provide to the slave. But the master is now getting an idea that this is a perfect slave. He's got no choices. He doesn't have a name. He doesn't want any particular kind of clothes that, no, I like to wear this loose pajama and this kind of shirt and that kind of thing. Nothing. So at the end of it, after asking all the questions, the master bows down to the slave and says, this is how one should surrender to the Supreme Lord. We should surrender to the Supreme Lord in that way. Like we are a bought slave. And whatever the master wants us to do, wherever he wants to place us, whatever the master wants us to wear means whatever body. You, Krishna, you want me to serve you in a woman's body? Okay, give me a woman's body. You want me to serve you in a dog's body? Give me a dog's body. I'm ready to become your dog. Yes, in the West, so many people, the devotees started to wear this neck beads. Now, neck beads are so popular. So many people want to wear. But when we started to wear in the 60s, our devotees, we were the only one. So many people asked, what are you wearing? And the devotee said, this is my dog collar. This is my dog collar. Who's your master? That one. So you have a book you show. This one is my master. I am the dog of Srila Prabhupada and serving him to please Krishna. How do you please Krishna? By pleasing your spiritual master. How are we going to please Krishna directly? Is Krishna going to stand in front of us and expect service? Is he going to say, okay, come, serve me? No. We serve the spiritual master to serve Krishna. And so the devotees are saying that this is my dog collar. I have a master. I am not a stray dog. If you don't have a collar, then you're a stray dog. I am not a stray dog. I am a pet dog. I am petted by Srila Prabhupada. I have a master. I know who my master is. I know how to serve my master. I'm always looking for a command from my master. I always am trying to learn to serve more and better, how to serve my master even better. So that is the nature. There was one particular time Srila Prabhupada was walking at the Juhu beach in Bombay. Those days it was called Bombay. Now they don't call it Bombay, but it was called Bombay. So in Bombay, Srila Prabhupada was walking at the Juhu beach. And there is this, there's some stray dogs there, and there are some pet dogs. What do you call them? The dogs with the collars and the master. So there's 2 or 3 big stray dogs coming towards this small little white little puppy. And he stands up to them and he barks back at them and they run away. So Srila Prabhupada said, look at this little puppy. He is barking at these 3 big dogs. They will eat him alive in 1 second. But he is not worried. He is not afraid. Why? Because his master is standing right beside him. He knows I can pick a fight with anybody. My master is with me. so Srila Prabhupada said that if we become a pet dog, then we become fearless. Why should we fear? My master is right here. Why should I fear? I am not a stray dog. Stray dogs can fear. Why would I fear? So, Srila Prabhupada showed by example why one should become a pet dog instead of remaining an independent or a stray dog. So, those who are situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upwards. Upwards where? Maharlok, Janlok, Taplok, Satyaloka, and above. So you want to go, Srila Prabhupada is only talking about up to Satyaloka here, because he's only talking about Sattva. He's not talking about Shuddha Sattva. In the Bhagavad-Gita, he doesn't talk so much about Shuddha Sattva or Vishuddha Sattva. In the Bhagavatam, he talks about Shuddha Sattva or Vishuddha Sattva. Srila Prabhupada said that the Bhagavad-Gita is a primary study. Primary study. And the Bhagavatam is higher study. From the primary, we go to the graduate study. Srimad Bhagavatam is graduate study. And if you want to be postgraduate. Then there is the Chaitanya Charitamrita. The Bhagavad-Gita is also known as the Word of God. And the Bhagavatam is also known as Word about God. The Word about God. There's the whole 10th canto, all the pastimes of Krishna are there. So that's a information about God. But the Chaitanya Charitamrita is known to be the mind of God. You want to understand the mind of God, then you read the Chaitanya Charitamrita. That is the postgraduate study. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, meaning somewhere in between. The earth is in between, maybe one higher, one lower. There was the time Srila Prabhupada was on this planet, and the NASA claimed that they landed on the moon. So Srila Prabhupada has written in this purport, particularly because there are mixtures, one can go down. So people on this earth in the mode of passion or ignorance cannot forcibly approach the higher planets by machine. Srila Prabhupada is indirectly discarding the theory that one can sit in a machine and go to the moon. Srila Prabhupada is not the only one who is doing that. There are so many people, including the scientists, that do not believe that the NASA actually landed on the moon. The machine can land on the moon, no problem. But humans landing on the moon, Srila Prabhupada did not believe that. And if you ask them, so when are you doing the man's moon mission again? Oh, maybe we will do it in 30 years. You did it 50 years ago. Now what is going to take you 24 years to do the same thing? Yeah, it's going to take us time because this time we want to do it for real. Last time we did it fake. Fake is easy, but doing it for real is going to take guts. So, next, those who are in abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish words even further. I heard about this. There's a cave somewhere in Vietnam, is it? So you go inside this cave, and it's kilometers long, and it has so many species of animals inside this cave that are not found anywhere. And it has its own atmosphere. Most parts of this cave do never see the light of the sun. It's a cave. See the light of the sun. So there are hundreds of thousands of species in there who would be born in the darkness, raised in darkness, finish their life in darkness, and die in darkness without seeing the light of the day. That is pretty abominable. Just example, maybe there are more. This is just one example. According to the degree of development of the mode of goodness, the living entity can be transferred to various planets in this system. The highest planet is Satyaloka or Brahmaloka. So Brahma, Lord Brahma himself, has a very, very, very long life. How long a life he has? He lives for 100 years. 100 years of Brahma years. Brahma years means 100 years of 360 days of the year. But his one day is equal to our 1000 yoga chakras. We have 1000 yoga chakras, and that is his one day. And that is only the daytime. Then there is the night. In 12 hours of Brahma, we go through 100,000 yoga chakras. And after the 12 hours, Brahma would go to sleep. When Brahma goes to sleep, we all go to sleep along with him. Nothing can operate in this universe while Brahma is sleeping. But Krishna protects us in the form of Matsya. Krishna protects us, waits for Brahma to wake up and take up his duties again. So, what I'm trying to get at is that if Brahma has such a long life, in Brahmaloka, other people will have a life somewhat equivalent to Brahma. Because the time goes that slow in the Satyaloka. The time itself goes so slow. Just like we saw the Kumbh Mela, the Mahakumbh. The Mahakumbh happens in 12 years, or Purna Kumbh happens in 12 years. Purna Kumbh. So there is this Brahaspati that is going around the sun. The Brahaspati has it takes 12 years to go around the sun. Just like the earth takes 1 year to go around the sun, the Brahaspati takes 12 years to go around the sun. So that 12 years coincides with the Purna Kumbh. So, one Purna Kumbh to the next Purna Kumbh for us is 12 years. For somebody living on the Brahaspati, 1 year. Because they just completed one circle of the moon, so that's 1 year. So similarly, Brahma's planet is taking that kind of time to go around the sun, that it takes 1000 yug chakras of our time during the day and 1000 yug chakras during the night, 2000 yug chakras a day. That's a day. So on Brahma's planet, even if somebody lived for 2 days, that's a very long time. So I'm only going to live for 2 days. 2 days. 2 days is like 4000 yug chakras. from our time. Like there's this children's movie called The Bug's Life. Who's seen The Bug's Life? Anybody seen Bug's Life? It's a children's movie, so it's like funny and there is knowledge. Children need to learn. There is always some knowledge, and it's funny. So this bug's life is on the life of the bugs, little bugs. They flying insects and all the little bugs. So the bugs are trying to have fun, and the other bugs are trying to stop them from having fun. So the bug says to the other bug who's trying to stop them, what? I only have 24 hours to live. Let me enjoy. For a bug, 24 hours is a whole life cycle. There are many insects that are born at night, and before the daybreak, they complete their whole cycle of life. They reproduce, do everything, and finish before the sunrise. Complete their life before the sunrise. So the time has its own way, its own circle for everybody to understand. So, getting a birth on Satyaloka from our standard or anybody's standard on this in this whole universe is a very, very long life. The mode of passion is mixed. It is in the middle between the modes of goodness and ignorance. There is goodness, there is ignorance. You have a potential of making it to the Satyaloka here. You have a potential to make it to the lowest planetary system, Patal-loka over here. But then there is the middle, passion. Passion. Passion is what runs this world. Who runs this world? Materially, the clerks, the workers, they run the world. Materially speaking, they run the world. And they just run to work when it's time to go to work. They just go. That is passion. A person not always pure, but even if he should be purely in mode of passion, he will simply remain on earth as a king or a rich man. The more somebody is fixed in his passion, in mode of passion, the more likely that he would become a rich man or a king on earthly planet. But because there are mixtures, one can go down. So people have so much passion, but they also have ignorance. Ignorance will bring them down. People on this earth in the mode of passion or ignorance cannot forcibly approach the higher planets by machine. So if we are in ignorance or passion, but we also have a passion to go to the higher planetary system, we can't do it by force. We can't do it by machine. In the mode of passion, there are also chance of becoming mad in the next life. Some people are born mad or a screw loose. A person born with a screw loose thinks, I am right, everybody else has a screw loose. One person hears on the TV in America that there is somebody driving on the wrong side of the street. Here in India, driving on the wrong side of the street is not such a big deal. People do it. But in the West, if you drive on the wrong side of the street, that is a suicide, and you can kill so many other people. So he hears on the TV that somebody is driving on the wrong side of the highway, and my wife is supposed to be coming home from the same highway. So he gets worried that my wife may get caught with this. The way people are taught to deal with this kind of drivers is pull over, wait on the side, let him go. This is called defensive driving, not offensive driving. Defensive driving, you save yourself. So he calls his wife and to ask her to pull over. You're coming on the same highway? Yes. But somebody is driving on the wrong road. Pull over. Go to the side. She says, no, somebody is not driving on the wrong side of the street. They are all driving on the wrong side of the street. Now he knows who's driving on the wrong side of the street. If everybody else is driving on the wrong side of the street, that means I am the one who's driving on the wrong side. And I'm thinking that everybody else is driving on the wrong side. So that is as an example of a madman. Srila Prabhupada is saying that there is also a chance of becoming a madman in the next life if you are so full of passion. There's not just that you are going to become a rich man or a king. Then in the last paragraph, Srila Prabhupada says the lowest quality, the mode of ignorance, is described here as abominable. Abominable. The result of developing ignorance is very, very risky. Those who are in ignorance and want to remain in ignorance or like ignorance, for them, Srila Prabhupada is warning, very, very risky. It is the lowest quality of material nature, beneath human level. You become less than human. There are 8 million species of life. He doesn't say 8,400,000 because 400,000 are humans. So it's 8 million. 400,000 human species are not available to somebody who wants to be, who is in ignorance and wants to remain in ignorance. People are brought down to these abominable conditions. The word tāmasāḥ is very significant here. Tamasa indicates those who stay continuously in the mode of ignorance without rising to the higher mode. Their future is very dark. In the concluding line, Srila Prabhupada is saying, there is an opportunity for men in the mode of ignorance and passion to elevate to the mode of goodness. And that system is called Krishna consciousness. If you want to get out of ignorance and or passion, then you can elevate yourself to the mode of goodness. And that system is called Krishna consciousness. But one who does not take advantage of this opportunity will certainly continue in the lower mode. Srila Prabhupada ends the purport with a warning. This is unusual. But it's not that he never ended the purport with a warning. There is a warning. If you don't accept Krishna consciousness and you plan to stay in ignorance or passion, future is not looking so good. So if there is any questions or comments, we can take. We have tried to explain a little bit of the purport and the translation. If anything not clear, anything you want to know, anything related to this or not related to this, yes.
So as you mentioned that you mentioned about the service aspect initially, that we need to have a aspect where whatever be our situation, in whatever status we are, we should always be quoted the example of a slave. So I just wanted to ask that presently we are in a neophyte stage.
Yes.
And how to reconcile that thing, because in the neophyte stage we learn from different quotes by Srila Prabhupada,
Yes.
that we need to go back to Godhead, and there is the highest stage where the devotees aspire to serve them in any stage. So how to reconcile that thing? That one side there is an instruction of going back to Godhead, and another side we see there is an instruction of serving wherever we are.
Oh, yes. Good. Thank you. I understand your question now. So, you want to see the reconciliation that we are saying serve wherever you are and also desire to go higher and all that. The reconciliation is that if we are serving Krishna, not all of us are serving Krishna. If we are serving Krishna, then we say, Krishna, please accept me in your eternal service. I am serving you now, or whatever, trying to serve you now. Who's really serving? We're trying. I'm trying to serve you now, but the goal of my life is that you please accept me as your eternal servant. And Srila Prabhupada said, according to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that the devotee doesn't demand that I serve Krishna in the Vaikuntha or Golok. No. Keet janam ho tatha tu adas. If you want to give me, make me your servant, even if you make me an insect, is fine. And if you don't make me your servant, even give me a birth of a Brahmā, I don't want. Even a birth of Brahmā, I don't want without your servitorship. You give me your servitorship, make me an insect, fine. I am happy. Even with the insect life. Make me an insect in a devotee's home, so I can still hear your names being chanted. That is the reconciliation. Clear?
So one more question.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, so can we understand in this way that the devotees who are aspiring to go back to Godhead and devotees who want to serve in any position, their position is almost the same because they are both pure devotees. So whether there are any gradations or whether they are on the same level.
Which two devotees?
One devotee who is simply aspiring that he wants to go back to Godhead and serve there. Okay. And another devotee he's also a pure devotee who is wishing that wherever you put it, whatever circumstance you put, I'm going to serve you. So whether there are any gradations or whether they are on the same level.
Both devotees are the same. What is the difference in these two devotees?
Because the first devotee's aspiration was going back to Godhead.
Oh, okay, okay.
He had an intention that I want to go back to Godhead.
Yes,
And another devotee's intention was to serve wherever he is.
wherever. Yes.
Any gradations are there or whether they are on equal level?
Well, it depends how you look at it, because we are following our acharyas. Our acharyas are trying to give us a mood. So if we follow that mood, then we follow the acharyas. And if we don't follow that mood, then we are on our own. My Shiksha Guru says, pray for Golok Vrindavan. Okay. But did Srila Prabhupada ever teach us to pray for Golok Vrindavan? Did Srila Bhakti-siddhanta Saraswati say that? Did Srila Bhakti-vinod Thakur say that? So that mood is coming not from my Shiksha Guru, it's coming from the Acharya line, the Guru Parampara. So many places in the purports you find aspire for Golok, aspire for Vaikuntha, aspire for this, aspire for that. But that's not the ultimate, that is not the ultimate instruction for a devotee. We are trying to show people a higher place than heavenly planets. Everybody understands the heavenly planets. The Muslims understand it, the Christians understand it, the Hindus understand the Swarga. Everybody who dies, even if we know that this person has gone to hell, we call him Swargavasi. So that everybody knows. So if you want to get people to aspire to go to Swarg or heavenly planet is pointless. So we are trying to show them higher than Swarga. What is higher than Swarga? Vaikuntha. Aspire to go there. What is higher than that? Next planetary system, next planetary system. What's the highest? Golok. So we get people to aspire for one of those. But when they come to us, then we tell them, no, that's not the mood. Like Krishna, in the beginning of the Bhagavad-Gita, he says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati. In the end, what does he say? Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. I am not just happy with the Patram pushpam phalam toyam mamekam sharanam vraja. So, there is a level of instruction, degree of instruction. So many places you will find that Srila Prabhupada is hinting that one should aspire for Vaikuntha, one should aspire for this, that. But when the devotees come in and we're trying to give them mood of service, a real mood of the acharyas, the Guru Parampara, and so on, then of course we say, okay, here, this is the mood. Because if we demand for something, then we become pretty similar to others who want Sukha sampati ghar aave kashta mite tanha. We don't want to be that. We want to leave things up to Krishna. Krishna, if you want, if you so desire, what is your desire? What do you want me to do? I am the slave. You bought me. You tell me. So if I am the slave, then the master is going to tell me. If I am going to dictate my terms, then who's the master and who's the slave here? The slave in the right mood is not going to dictate his terms. He's going to accept whatever the Master is guiding. Okay. Thank you. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Nitai Gaur Premanand.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.